Hello and welcome. This is Honeysuckle bringing you the player update for episode 5 of the Minecraft Hardcore Challenge for July 2017. Jumping right in with my episodes, just to start us off. I do have 2 of them getting caught up as I was late with my episode 4, where I pack up and carry some supplies over to the build site where I dig out a small base after building out a little dirt platform. I do start cutting out the beginning of the staircase, and as night falls, I work on some inventory management before jumping back in the boat to go get more supplies to bring back to the new base. Then I start smelting some cobble and digging out more cobble from the inside of the base. I'm wanting to turn that into stone bricks. In episode 5, I head on up to the top of the mountain, placing a few stairs, and start laying out my lighthouse walls. I do continue working on that throughout the night. Next, we have Rabbit Roars. She did some inventory management, checking her supply of dye colors. Then she ran out to place torches and gather some coal, dirt, gravel. As night fell, she headed back to the beach by the forest to gather sand while trying to avoid a large skeleton beach party for the rest of the night. Next, we have Grandma's Gone Gaming. She cut down some dark oak trees, smelted more cobble, and started building her lighthouse, following the edges of the platform for the walls. She did use a lot of glass for the windows to look out over the ocean. Then a skeleton snuck up on her and ended her game by relentlessly shooting her. We are hoping she'll be back next month, and really sorry we didn't get to see the finished build as it looked very cool and unique. Next, we have Granny's Got Game. She starts out on the platform, still putting fences around, then digs out a basement for her caretaker's house. She does place slabs for the basement ceiling, which will also be the floor of the house. She gets a lot done on that, so we should see the walls go up next episode. Next, we have Belle Games. She started out with some inventory management. She dumped a bunch of cobble over the edge of the cliff, then heads over to the lava pool in the forest to build a nether portal. Then she had to hunt for gravel to get flint to light the portal, and then she jumps in. In the nether, she gathered some quartz and a lot of glowstone and gravel before a ghast started harassing her. So she finally went back through the portal, where she was immediately chased by a baby zombie. Then she dealt with skeletons and creepers when she went after more flowers for pink dye and decided to just come back later when the mobs aren't so plentiful. Back at her base, she heads down looking for redstone to end her episode. Next, we have Java Dad. He makes a bucket to grab water to make a nether portal, which he then lights and steps through. His nether spawn is a tiny platform high above the lava, so he begins putting up a cobble pathway to reach solid ground, made worse by hearing a ghast somewhere close by. But he does manage to make it safely and begins gathering glowstone, taking extreme care so he doesn't fall. After getting enough, he heads back through the portal and keeps mining for redstone to finish out the episode. Next, we have John Fallon 92. He started out collecting sand to smelt up, then boats back over to the build site and climbs the ladder to the top, realizes he left his diorite behind, so he goes over to dig some up to use. He hears a skeleton, so he digs in to find a deep dark ravine full of mobs. He jumps to the bottom but gets ganged up on by lots of skeletons and zombies, and he's unable to get away before they kill him. Bad luck, but I'm certain we will see him back for the next challenge. Next, we have Dadcraft73. He starts out by collecting more dark oak, then heads back over to the build site, where he builds out a small dock with a stairway leading up. He's working into the night to get the path all the way up to the lighthouse door to end the episode. Next, we have Block Samurai. She is still in the nether fortress collecting nether brick until finally heading back home and up out of the mine. But it is night, so she headed back down into the mine and back through the nether portal to continue gathering nether brick. Then she climbs back up and heard a magma cube, but in trying to avoid him, she stepped backwards off the ledge and fell to the bottom of that mine shaft she just dug. But luckily, she managed to survive with just 1 heart left. After calming down and healing up, she headed back to the overworld to check the sun, as the day counter had already rolled over to day 5, and there ends her episode. Next, we have Captain Hook 5150. He's still gathering obsidian, and he made the cardinal sin of breaking the block he was standing on and fell into lava. I thought for sure he was dead, but he managed to grab his water bucket and kill the lava, put himself out from being on fire, and escape, all the while screaming like a... Okay, I won't say it, but RIP headphone users. I'm actually in awe of how he saved himself. Nice job. After taking a moment to recover from the near-death experience, he finishes gathering the obsidian to build his portal and steps through to a tiny platform high above the lava. He wisely says nope after his previous luck and goes back through the portal without attempting to explore. He makes his way back up to the mountain to gather more snow, where he tests whether a torch will melt a snow block. Fun fact, no they don't. They do not melt actually from lava, fire, torches, or any other artificial light source. Not affected by water, so basically they're just like a regular block. It's snow layers and ice that melt with the artificial light sources like torches and glowstone and redstone lamps. Alright, he does need more snow to fall so he can finish building his walls a bit higher before transitioning to the next color block. Next we have Wandering Nerd. He is still gathering and smelting netherrack in the nether pool, or in the nether, and collects quite a bit before going back through the portal and heading to his base where he puts a few things away before making his way up the mountain. He works out a center point for his build, then places water for an easier way up and down. Then he heads down to mine for more resources overnight. Next we have Mancji Mania. He does post his episode 4 and 5 to get caught up. Like me, he was a little bit late with his episode 4. He takes a quick look around the island to verify it is just a big hunk of rock, then starts working his way back down to his mine, looking for iron. He did collect a fair bit, which he then headed up to smelt. He built another portal, put in a water drop for his mine shaft, and started searching for lava to finish his portal. In episode 5, he's still looking for that lava, which he does find. Unfortunately, he finds it the hard way by falling into it. Ouch. Very short episode, but hopefully he will be back next month for our new challenge. Next we have Dark Age Man. He is still working on his dock and making his way up to the top of the mountain, working through the night to place all of his ladders and platforms, placing torches along the way to keep it lit up and mob safe. Next we have TSG Gaming. He sets out in search of red flowers for dye and finds plenty of flowers in the roofed forest. Then he heads back to his base to do some fishing, and then as night falls, he starts collecting some gravel to make concrete to build a torii gate. Then as he's looking around for more sand, he looks at an enderman and provokes it into attacking, and as he's trying to get away, he falls into lava and burns to death. I'm not sure if it makes him feel better or not, but the enderman follows him into the lava and burns to death as well. Ooh, bad luck. Better luck next time, though, in the new challenge next month. So far, we've had 25 total participants this month with 10 deaths. There were 4 deaths in episode 2, 1 death in episode 3, 2 in episode 4. Well, in the update I did for episode 4, one of those was actually a very late posted episode 1 death. Then we had another 3 deaths in this episode 5, so we're at 15 current participants going into episode 6. So, that's it for this update, and we will see you next time. Bye!